Oh, there it goes. We are live. Today is August 25th, 2015. My name's Rex Harris, and as always, it's an honor time with you here this evening. Let me run over here and up quick, let everybody know we're live because we had a bit of a technical glitch. Okay. Oh, it's just one of them techno gremlin evenings.
There you are. I was going to say it wasn't seeing you, but I see you now.
Okay. Yep. Yeah, I sat down tonight to get all of this fired up, and my computer told me, oh, guess what? We're going to reboot and run your update right now. Shut down everything. And it's like, oh, now it's perfect. So, anywho, we're live. We're here. Shirley's here. Hi, Shirley. Good to see you here with us here this evening. Jocelyn Jones is here, along with all you wonderful people watching on our Hangout page. Welcome to the Tuesday night Technical and Mechanical Mastermind. My name's Rex Harris. It's great to see you here. Tonight we're going to be talking about how to create cool incentives that you can give away to your target audience for the purposes of collecting email addresses. So we're going to look at two different types of incentives that you can create tonight. One is a PDF, and the other is videos. And we're going to look at some resources that you can use to do these things, most of which don't really cost you any money. So a lot of the stuff you can just do with the social media. So go ahead and click screen sharing on, and away we will go. Jocelyn, if there's any issues, just message me on Facebook. So,
Will do.
okay. So the easiest way for PDF documents is to a Word or the use, which is known as is complete basically the Office suite. I don't
Like a robot.
OpenOffice.
Yeah, you're breaking up a little bit. Well, a lot.
See, I can see Shirley now. I don't see you at all. It's just a blank screen.
It's just a blank screen.
Yeah, and then your photo as you're talking, but yeah.
You mean?
No, and we can't hear you clearly.
Hello, hello, hello.
There you go. But we can't see you. Okay.
It's like playing musical monitors.
Okay, it's better.
All right, let's try it again.
You're a little delayed, that's all, I think.
Not sure what's going on. I got a great signal here. I wonder if it's that update that I just ran. So anyway, openoffice.org. Okay, for those of you that don't have Microsoft Office, you can get this fully functional Office suite known as OpenOffice absolutely free of charge through openoffice.org. This has some cool tools in it. There's more than just your word processing here. If you go back here, we can open another instance of, actually, let me shut this down here real quick. So when you open this up, you can see you can do everything from text documents to spreadsheets to presentations, which is like Microsoft PowerPoint. And then you also have database, drawing, and formula here. I've not used these, so I'm not really sure how they function. Mostly what I use is the text document and presentation, both which work fantastic and are compatible with anything that you would utilize that would use PowerPoint for presentations within a software or program that you might be using. So we've used this with Google Hangouts, and it's worked well for us too. So OpenOffice, they've got version 4 right now, I believe, or version 4 is what I have. I'm not sure what they're up to here on the website, but yeah, or 1.1. I probably need to do the update. All right, but everything you need right here, 100% free of charge. Wouldn't recommend this on a computer that's still running anything older than Windows 7. If you don't have a computer that's running Windows 7 or higher, this probably isn't a good fit for you. And if you've got an older version of Windows, there's a couple of places where you can convert. You just do a search here on Google, okay, for convert Word docs to PDF. Okay, there are free, like here, you've got a free Word PDF converter here. All right, there's a couple of these there. There's one that I used to use quite often before I started using OpenOffice. So, I mean, all sorts of different ways to accomplish what you need to accomplish depending on what type of computer that you're running right now. Okay.
Rex, do you ever use Google Docs at all to do that? Or do you mostly just use the OpenOffice?
All I use is OpenOffice.
Okay.
That's it.
Because I know that Google Docs is the same thing and you can convert those, but I use that for other two.
Okay, you can actually do it with Google Docs. You can do PDFs as well.
Yes, you can convert. You can do the same thing. You can do a Word document and then you can convert it to PDF.
Oh, okay. Well, that's cool. I didn't know that you could do that. So that's another way that you can do it there as well, and I'll look into that. All right. So the next tool that I want to talk to you about is Google itself. All right, because when it comes to creating videos and PDF documents, one of the things that you're going to want to use are images, okay? And depending on which images you choose, you can find a lot of free images through Google. You just have to know which ones you can use without getting in trouble, okay? So if I wanted to look for images of fish, I would just Google fish, and then I would click images. And then if I go over here to search tools, okay, and click on that, I'm going to see an option here that says usage rights. And if I drop the menu down here, I've got 5 categories of images. I've got non-filtered by license, okay? Now, this means that some of these might be okay for me to use and others are not okay for me to use. But you see here, I've got images that are labeled for reuse with modification, which means that I could actually take the image and modify it and use it. I've got images that are just labeled for reuse, which means I could actually use the label or use the image without modifying it and have it be okay for commercial use in these 2 categories here. And then down here, we've got labeled for non-commercial use with modification and labeled for non-commercial reuse. So if you wanted to use any images off of Google and you were going to use them in an incentive that you're creating for the purposes of building a list and driving sales, you'll want to use the labeled for reuse with modification or labeled for reuse. So all you have to do is left click on that.
Rex, screen share stopped.
Screen share stopped. Boy, I know they're in the process of updating all of their software tonight. They're getting ready to release a new version of Google Hangouts. I've been seeing it pop up. I haven't tested it yet. So one more time here, let me run through with.
Yep, Fisher back.
Can you see it now?
Yes, Fisher back.
Okay.
I can see Google.
All right. So once again, just so you guys can see what I did there, I just went to fish, then I went to images, then I went to search tools and usage rights. Okay. I have labeled for reuse with modification and labeled for reuse. These are the ones that I can use commercially in my incentives. These are ones I can use in content, maybe like blog content for non-commercial reuse. Okay. So some of these I can modify, some of these I have to use as is, but these two here that are labeled for use with modification and labeled for reuse, you can use commercially. So if I wanted to find an image that I was going to modify, maybe I was going to overlay text, or I was going to knock the background out, or whatever it is that I'm going to do, you know, I can choose from these images right here. Okay. I actually have a piece of software called RealDraw Pro, okay, that you know, is not near as complicated to utilize as what it looks, but just to kind of give you an idea what they're talking about with modification. Okay, let's say I wanted to take this image here and use it. Okay, so I would grab a copy of it. Okay, and I could bring it into my software and make modifications to it. Okay, so I could then go back here and let's say I wanted to overlay this tuna here on top of that. I can copy the image, paste it here. All right, and then if I was going to remove the background from that image, you know, that would be a modification of the image right there. Okay, so I could make changes to the image. I could write text over it and then reuse it however I wanted, even commercially. Okay, that would be an example of modifying an image. And again, if I wanted to do that, okay, I'm going to choose from this category right here, labeled for reuse with modification. If I want to use just the images without modifying them, okay, I can go to these ones labeled for reuse. And I could use any of these however I wanted. I just couldn't make any modifications to them. Okay? And you might not think that the owners of these images and documents and all of this stuff online won't find your PDF, you know, if you've used one of these images, you know, incorrectly. And I'm here to tell you, based on experience, they will. Okay, I don't know how they find them, but I've had multiple times over the last 15 years where I've been contacted for copyright for one thing or another, even if I got it off a site that gave me rights to use it. I've had a couple of instances. So, but for the most part, as long as you play by the rules, you're going to be good, you know. And if you know, you're really concerned about, you know, copyright and stuff like that, the other resource that I use for images is called bigstockphoto.com. This is not a free site. You actually have to buy credits here Okay, but you can find a lot of different images here that, and you know, I can do whatever I want to. I actually own the rights to the image once I buy the credits. Okay, so I've got credits in my account right now. So I've got 3 credits in my account. So if I wanted to use that image, I would just select it and then download. And then to buy credits, I can go to plans and pricing here, and then you can see I can get 10 image credits for 35, or you know, whatever I want to do, or I can actually get monthly subscriptions depending on how many images that I'm going to use here. And I can actually also download videos here as well now, okay, with a video plan. All right, I can't buy credits for video clips, but I can buy a subscription for video clips. Okay, so, and you can do it risk-free for a week and test it out and see if it works for you or if it doesn't. Okay, so those are multiple options for finding images that you want to use in your PDF documents. Okay. The other thing that I wanted to show you guys tonight, and I know that Laura's talked about this, and I think there's even training on it inside the Academy now. Is a resource called Jing. And Jing allows you to do a couple of cool things. It allows you to capture video. It allows you to capture images, and this is another free resource. Now, I don't know how well you can see it over here, but you can probably see this image right here. Okay, well, I've got this little thing right over here. You can probably see that little sunshine there. Okay, that's Jing running in the background on my computer. And what this gives me the ability to do is, let's say I'm looking at fish pictures and I find a huge image like this, but let's say I only want a certain portion of that image. Okay, I can go to Jing, and then I've got 3 selections here. Okay, I've got the history of the stuff that I've clipped. I've got an option here called More, which is basically my settings, and then I have my capture here on the left, which is indicated by this plus sign. So if I click on that, what's going to happen is you're going to see those gold lines pop up, and I can actually just take and capture just a piece of that picture if I wanted to use it. And then I have the option to capture this as an image versus sharing it via screencast.com. I can actually save it to my computer. Okay. I can copy it directly, just like a copy and paste type thing, or if I decide I don't want to use it, I can cancel it. And then here I have an option to customize the buttons that I actually have here as well. Okay, a text and different things right here from the software as well. So let's say I wanted to add an arrow that points to the fish, I can do that. Okay, if I wanted to add text in here that says fish are good to eat, you know, that's pretty simple. And then I can just drag and drop it to whatever size and shape that I need here. Okay, I can move it around. I mean, I can do all sorts of cool things with this. I can actually lengthen and shorten those arrows. I can move it left and right. Okay, these are all examples of modifying these images, and this is a free piece of software that you can do this with, guys. Okay, this here is my highlight feature. So if I wanted to highlight something, let's say I wanted to highlight that particular fish right there, I can highlight that fish, and I can change my highlight color to whatever I want here. And I can even open up and create more custom colors. So if I wanted to go more lime green, I can do that. And then here I also have the ability to flip between different colors here as well. Okay, so you can see really easy functionality, and if it's really just as easy as coming in here and messing around with it a little bit. You know, I've got complete color control over the borders that I want to use, color control over my text. Okay. So pretty simple stuff. Okay, so once I have my image ready to go here and I want to save it, in this case I would just like copy it, and then I can bring it over here and add it to my software there, and there's my image. Okay, or I can save the image directly to a file on my computer. Okay, so we'll just grab a snippet here, and then to save it as an image, I just click capture image, and then if I'm going to save it to a file, I give it a name, call it fish, and then I just choose wherever it is that I want to save it. You know, let's say I was doing some research or something for my Bible blog. I can save that there, and now I've got a picture of fish to use on my blog. Okay, so some very simple, cool, easy things that you can do that will give you the ability to create cool content using OpenOffice. All right. Now, the other cool thing about Jing too is it gives you the ability to record your screen with a video. So if I wanted to do a screen capture video, I mean, there's multiple options, okay? I can do a Google Hangout just like we're doing right now, all right? And then if you look inside Google Hangouts, when you have this set up, over on the left-hand side, you have an option for screen share. Now, I don't even have to be holding a live Hangout. I can just come here, fire up the camera, and say, hey, guys and gals, Rex Harris here, and today I'm going to show you how to set up your Aweber autoresponder and connect it with ClickFunnels. All right. So then I come over here and I click screen share, and I walk people through that process. And then when I'm done, okay, as long as I've clicked start the broadcast down here, even if people aren't watching, I can still do that. And then the video is saved to YouTube automatically. Okay. So Google Hangouts is one way to do it. Jing here, same basic thing. I just decide what it is that I want to shoot a video of, and I just select the area. Okay, and then next to the capture image option, I have a capture video option, and I click on that. All right, it shows my microphone is on, and now I'm recording a video. I can say, hey guys and gals, Rex Harris here. Great to see you here. Thank you very much for watching this video about really into fishing, and I really thought you might appreciate some of these pictures of fish today. There's a fish that's orange, here's a shiner, here's this pink fish that if you ever caught it, you should probably keep it because it's probably worth a lot of money because I've never caught a cartoon fish. Hope you found this useful. Bye. All right, then when I'm done, I click stop. All right, and now here is my video. And then I can okay. Now a couple things that you're going to want to take in consideration when you're doing this. All right, we're not going to save that, but let's look at it again. We'll do a different section here. Okay, and I'm going to do capture video. All right. But the one thing you're going to want to make sure that you do is make sure that your microphone settings and everything are on point, because if you don't, then the audio isn't going to sound very good. But, you know, another way that you can go out there and do cool screen capture videos, step by step, record it, and then video editor, or if you don't have video editing software, just do cool little videos. I mean, you could do videos of blog reviews. I mean, there's all sorts of different things that you could do. You know, you could go to, yeah, I mean, who knows? Let's say you're doing some research on, I mean, who knows what? I'm doing some, I guess we'll just use fishing since we've been talking about that tonight. So um, just look for fishing blogs. Okay, 50 best fishing blogs. Information there. Open up. Here, let's try this one here. Here you go. Take Me Fishing blog. All right. Let's say, just depending on which audience that you were going to target, you could go out here and you could find an actual article and do a review on the article, or even go out and find some ideas about different things that people have done and create your own videos that way. All right. I mean, there's all sorts of cool, different creative things that you can come up with, using the screen capture videos. I know there's a lot of people out there, in the research for the Bible blog, who are creating segmented newsreels for their end time prophecy ministries. And they use screen capture software to do those things. I don't know if they're using Jing or not. They might be using Camtasia or something of the like, but nonetheless, it's a great little tool. And again, this one's free too. I mean, fully functional Office Suite, free. Okay, Jing, free. Images on Google, free. So you have everything you need right there to create video and PDFs free of charge. Then all you got to do is upload them to YouTube, Facebook, or wherever it is that you're going to upload them to, and you can embed them in your blog. I mean, it's really easy to get started on this once you know how to put the pieces together. All right, it's really not that complicated. So let's say I was going to build a PDF about fish. Let's start with the PDF. All right, so I would go with the text document, okay, and I could say 17 fascinating facts about fish that can dramatically reduce stress and the urge to eat red meat. Okay, I'm just being silly, but this is an example. All right, so once I've created my headline, what I'm going to do is, obviously, if I'm creating a headline that I want to jump, I'm going to choose a bolder-faced font. I always use the impact font when I'm creating headlines most of the time. All right, so I just choose the font, and then I'm going to make it bigger because it is a headline. I'm going to want it to take up about 2 lines. So 22 looks about good there. So boom, there's my headline just like that. All right. Now, if I want to put a picture of some fish in here, I just go over here to Google, and I go to my images that are labeled for reuse, and I find a picture of a fish that I want to use, and we'll take Charlie Tuna here as an example. All right. And then if I have a particular project I'm working on, all right, like in this case, it's a fishing PDF. So I just go over here and I create a new folder on my desktop, okay, and then I rename it Fishing PDF here, okay. Now, if you don't know how to do that type of thing, what I did here is I right-clicked just on my desktop. Now I'm using a Windows-based machine here, not a Mac, so it's probably different on a Mac. And then I go to New, and I go to Folder, and that creates the new folder here for me. And then if I want to rename it, I just right-click on the folder and go to rename, and I can give it a new name there. Okay, it's like new fishing PDF. All right. The reason that I do this is because now I've got a file where I can start storing all of my images and content and stuff like that that I want to use for my PDF. So let's say I decide, well, I want to use that whole picture. It's a beautiful picture. It's big, but I want to use the whole thing. Well, this thing is 1728 by 1140, so inside the PDF it's going to be huge. So what I can do in this case, all right, is I can just use Jing to grab a copy of what I want to use from the image here, okay, and then I can either, okay, click capture and save the image, okay, to my new fishing PDF, okay, which is right here, and I would just call this image tuna and save it, okay. The other thing I can do is the same exact thing. Okay, I've never tried this before. I know it works, I've never tried it with OpenOffice, so I guess we'll find out. I can go capture image and copy, all right, and then I can move it over here to RealDraw Pro easily, okay, and it looks like I can actually paste my image right there, and then if it's massive, I just use these little green buttons on the corner to get it where I want to be, size-wise. All right, and there, I mean, just like that, boom, I've got a pretty good-looking opening headline for a PDF right there. It doesn't have to be fancy, you know, just look good and look professional. Okay, and then here I could say I'm going to change my font. I usually like to go to a Georgia font for the majority of my content here. So I'd switch it to Georgia. I go to a smaller font here, let's say a 16, created by Rex Harris. Okay, I can put copyright in here or whatever I want to put in here. I'll usually put legal info in here, and the legal info, this PDF is free to redistribute, but is not available for resale. Okay, if you have received this after a contact Rex at rexharris.net. Something along those lines. All right, and then obviously I'm going to make this a little bit smaller font. I'm going to left justify it. I'm going to probably make it even a little bit smaller. Okay, then legal info here, I can bold so it jumps out. Or I could leave it centered either way. It looks good either way. Okay, but just like that, I've got the opening to a PDF document there. Super simple stuff. Okay. Now, obviously, I can't embed video in here. So let's say I decided I wanted to create a video series to go with 17 fascinating facts about fish that can dramatically reduce stress and the urge to eat red meat. Okay, that's a typo. We need to change that. Right? So I decide I want to make a video to go along with this. All right, now, unless you have video editing software that you are comfortable with using, what I would recommend doing is either A, doing a Google Hangout, setting it to, you know, starting the actual broadcast so it will record, share your screen, share what you want to do, and then stop it when you're done. That way you've got a good quality screen sharing video, okay? Or what I could do is just a simple little 2 or 3 minute video here using Jing. Okay. I just select the area that I want to record. And then come down here, capture video, right? And I can do up to 5 minutes here. So we're 3-minute videos and give a lot of good value. Minutes, okay? And then I could this video earlier upload to YouTube, or if I can do and do my recording in 30 to 45-second increments in different clips, okay? But for the time being, if you don't have skills or the software to do that, just do videos like this, be fine, all right? So incentive, let's say here, let's use something practical. Let's use like Aweber. Let's say I was going to walk people a simple basic setup of Aweber. Okay, as my computer continued to run pond water slow here this evening. I don't know why. Okay. So I want to do, let's say, 5 remarkably easy steps to building the perfect mailing list with Aweber. Okay. So I'm going to do a basic video series, but instead of trying to cram everything in one video, I can use Jing, okay, and then set this up to record the entire screen or whatever portion of the screen that I want to use, okay, and I'll just take that part of it here, okay, and then click capture video, let it count down, and then, hey guys and gals, Rex Harris here. Welcome to our new video training series on how to build an awesome mailing list with your perfect target audience using Aweber. Now in video 1, what I'm going to do here today is walk you through the basic setup process of an autoresponder. And then over the next 5 days, we're going to show you how to integrate your form, how to incorporate your autoresponder messages, and then to wrap it all up, we're going to show you how to take your autoresponder once it's done and put it into a lead capture page, okay? And I could do that in simple little 5-minute increments, put them up on YouTube, unlist them, and then give them away maybe as embedded into a blog post inside my autoresponder. So at the same time, I'm giving away my content to my subscribers to continue that goodwill. It gets the subscribers to my blog where they're loving my content, leaving comments, and sharing it on social media. Okay? So as you can see here, and I'll just give you an example. Let me stop this here, and then we're going to go ahead and restart it. Okay, so here's what it might look like if I'm going to do a series of videos for Aweber. Okay, remember I've got 5 minutes per video, and how long does it really take me to do this? Okay, here's what it would look like. Hey guys and gals, Rex Harris here. Welcome to my new 5-part video series on how to build an awesome mailing list with your perfect audience, excuse me, using Aweber. Okay, what I'm going to do is a 5-step video series for you here that does video, in video number 1, shows you how to set up an autoresponder. Then tomorrow in video number 2, you'll receive how to set up your subscription form. Video 3, we're going to show you how to do your autoresponder messages. Video 4, we're going to show you how to integrate this into your lead capture page. And then in video 5, we're going to throw in bonus training in that video to show you a couple of cool places to get traffic and start building your list with that capture page once it's set up. Okay, so step number 1, now keep in mind I'm only 57 minutes in here. I've already introduced the video. I've still got 4 minutes left. Step number 1 is to create your new list. So to create your new list, you go to Manage Lists, and you're going to see a green button here that says Create a New List. So I click on that, all right, and I put my company name in here. Okay, I put my company website here. Okay, got my sender name there. I've got to use an existing mailing address. Okay, sender name, sender email, and it's very important that you utilize a name-branded contact email address, not only for branding purposes, but also for delivery and making sure that you're going to be inboxing when you do send an email. Because if you do use a resource like Google or Gmail, or Hotmail, AOL, Yahoo, etc., most of those are going to go directly to spam. So you always want to use a good quality contact email address. Once that information is filled in, you click Next Step and you give this a name. Okay, and we'll just call this Academy Training Sample. Okay, and then here just a basic description. This autoresponder is for targeting people who like to eat fish for the purposes of eliminating stress and red meat. Okay, then I go to the next step. All right, then the next step here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click this drop down button and I'm going to click response required. The reason that we're doing this is because when you're collecting email addresses, you have 2 possibilities as far as opt-ins are concerned. You have what's called a single opt-in and a double opt-in. Single opt-in automatically goes into your autoresponder and receives your first email. Okay. A double opt-in means somebody's actually got to click a confirmation link inside of an email they receive, you know, to give you permission to send the email that they opted in to receive, if that makes sense. Okay, you have to check this now anyway, so just go ahead and do that, and then come down here, click Approve Message, and Create List. Okay, now the next thing that I'm going to do here is I'm going to go back into here in List Options. I'm going to go to List Settings. Okay, and you can see here in the basic settings, all the information that I have is already right there. Okay, I'm just going to let the system know where I want to receive notification emails every time somebody opts into my list. Okay, I just type in my name and email address where I want those to go, and this can be Gmail too here. Okay, you just want to make sure that your contact email address is name branded. Then you click Save Settings. Okay, next thing you're going to do is you're going to go through and personalize your list, and then the last thing you're going to do is go to Confirmed Opt-in and turn this off. Click Yes, click Save Settings. Just like that, your autoresponder is set up. And in tomorrow's video, I will show you how to create your first sign-up form. Thought if you found this useful, please make sure that you share this with your friends. Appreciate you guys, staying on my list and being faithful subscribers. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye for now. Okay. So now I go over here and I click Stop. All right, and just like that, I got a 4-minute training video that I can utilize right there, upload it, and build a cool little 5-video incentive on that. And people will find value in that. Okay, simple, easy, straightforward ways to do this. Okay, so let me go over here and see if anybody's got any questions.
Hey Rex, Laura just happened to send a message and mention that she also uses the Screencast-O-Matic to do the video, and it's like $15 a year, I think. So that's another very cost-efficient way to be able to record the video.
Screencast-O-Matic?
said it's like $15 a year.
Okay, so there's another option for you there too. Screencast-O-Matic, $15 a year. Okay, which is very reasonable for a tool that's going to give you the ability to create unlimited products. Guys, you can actually create products like this and sell them too. You don't have to give everything away. Granted, you want to give away a bunch of goodwill on the front end, but you can go through and build your own products on the back end, or tie your free products into affiliate products like we have done with the new marketing system that we're getting ready to test. Okay, Jocelyn's got that all hooked up, set up, ready to go, and we're going to be running traffic through that. Okay, so does anybody have any questions before we wrap this up for tonight? I'm going to do one more refresh over here. Okay, so let's go through here and review one more time real quick before we wrap this up, the resources that we talked about tonight and where to find them. Okay, first one that we talked about here was openoffice.org, which is what I use to create my PDFs, just like we did here this evening. Okay, that's completely free. It doesn't cost you any money. There's no adware or anything like that. It's 100% open source software. It's free for anybody to use. Okay, next thing we talked about here is where to find our images on Google. Remember, you just search what you want here, go to images, go to search tools, and then make sure that if you're going to use these for commercial use, that you use the labeled for reuse with modification if you're going to modify them, or you use the images here from labeled for reuse. Okay, then if you're looking for even more images that you can actually own the rights to, you can use bigstockphoto.com. And then lastly, we talked about the utilization of Jing for capturing both videos and images. Okay, and that is available, okay, through a company called TechSmith. So if you just go to google.com and type in Jing, J-I-N-G, okay, you'll see TechSmith, Jing free screenshot and screencast software, and you can download it for free right here. Okay, and the other one that Laura had talked about too was Screencast-O-Matic. Hopefully I got that right. I might have to Google it. Screencast-O-Matic.com right here. Okay, this is another resource that you can use for doing the screen recordings, creating a video series, or creating a compilation, or whatever it is that you want to do. Okay? Take one more last check for questions. I don't see any questions there. So with that, we will bid you adieu for this evening. Encourage you, utilize these tools, guys, because right now, I just showed you guys how to go out and make money on the internet, start building a list with very little money out of pocket. Okay, if you've got just your autoresponder and just a lead capture system, you can start building a list, utilizing the social media, even if you've got a blog, for somewhere between $60 to $100 a month, depending on what it is that you're using. So not very expensive at all in terms of starting a business. Okay, so with that, we're going to sign off for now. You guys have a great night, and God bless you, and we will talk to you soon. Bye for now.